Hey, 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 everybody. It is Peter and Sal here for the weekly wrap up. Hope you've had a fantastic week. We would love to hear where you are tuning in from. So post in the comments and let us know how your week has been. Hey, Sal, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Thank you.
Good, good,
So the
good.
sun is shining. The sun is shining. I've been outside. I've done a workout. I've even had a shower. So life is good. Life is
It is
good.
good.
And what about you? How has your morning been?
My morning has been good. Yeah, no, I've had a good morning. Had a good morning. And I
Yeah.
was just sitting here admiring my neighbour's flowers. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. Really,
Oh, actually,
really like this colour pink, and they're just gorgeous. Mm.
speaking of flowers, when I went over to Mum's on Thursday, her neighbour in the unit across, Cole, he loves his flowers and everything like that. But he's got this rose bush and he cuts it down to absolutely, nothing type of thing when it's flowered. And I walked in there because you could see that there were flowers about to come out last week. And when I walked in, I went, holy smokes, it can't even stand up. It is just falling over. It has got so
Wow.
many roses on it.
Yes.
And I said, oh my God. And it's one of those trees that has those beautiful perfumes as well, too. So it
Yeah.
smells fantastic. And I said to Mum, why haven't you picked those roses? And she said, Cole keeps telling me to. And I go, well, you should. And she said, I counted them. There were over 50 roses on that bush.
Wow.
And yeah, it's just amazing. It smells fantastic. So yeah, it's lovely when the flowers are out. Yeah, they give us a little flutter in the heart, don't they?
They
So
do.
which is lovely.
Spring. I was in the
Mm.
backyard today and I've got three little birdie nests in my tree out the back, and all these mamas keep coming and flying on the flying in, checking on their babies and flying away. So spring's just, yeah, I love spring. Lots of stuff
Yeah, it's a
happening.
beautiful yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time of the year, that's for sure. So this week in the wrap up, I've been doing writing a number of emails out to different people recently, and it got me thinking about how this pandemic that we're in has has really thrown us all into a bit of a tiz, and our everyday life that we knew was thrown into chaos, and for some of us, we've struggled to get into a new type of routine. For others, we have managed to adapt to that routine. And just recently in Julie's consult with us, she was talking about how COVID has actually helped her reassess and reevaluate where she was with her health and her well-being. And I mean, I just love that, because I know what can happen is sometimes we can get distracted. Life can distract us and take us away from what we know to be the things that we should be doing, which is, eating healthy, moving more, getting out in nature, sleeping better, handling our stress and all of those things. And you could see that drain on Julie's face. And now, after she's had that time to refocus, it's been, a month now, she's had that time, and you can see the smile on her face, how it says it all. And one of the things that I always think about is not so much the transformation that we have in our bodies, which is, important, particularly if you're wanting to lose weight or you're wanting to, get fitter. You will notice that you start to build muscles, or you get more toned, or you start to lose weight, and you can see that on the scale, and you can feel that in your clothes, which is important if that's what you want to do. But for me, it is seeing the smile on the face. So I love seeing the results. I love seeing the before and after. But when I look at these photos and you see women chopping their heads off because they don't want to have their heads in there before photos, and then you see them afterwards and they've got these beaming smiles on their faces, or you know, they're standing taller, their hands are on their hips, you know, they've got the little poses happening. That's what it's all about, is just feeling more confident in yourself. You feel proud of yourself, and when you feel proud of yourself and your achievements, then everything else just seems to slot into the right spot. And I know that we can get distracted with life as well too. So I'm really, really pleased. So shout out to you, Julie, that you have acknowledged that life was distracting you and that you've had the time to refocus, and that you have given us that beautiful Julie smile that only Julie has. So thanks, Julie. So you got any comments about what I've just said there?
I did the original consult with Julie because this is one of the things, you know, with the COVID-19, you know, this is what we had to adapt to, was doing, we decided that we would do the Zoom consult. Yeah. And I actually went back through, I think it was last week. Yeah, last week I had to go through.
Yeah, last week.
The videos quickly, all the beginning videos quickly. And that was the one thing with Julie on Friday night when we had our weekly wrap up, was seeing the change in her face. And it wasn't the change as in the weight change.
The physical change.
Yeah, it was the beaming change, you know. And she actually acknowledged that too, because that was one of the things she did. She went back to refocus. And so she went back to that very first consult. And that was one of the things she said. And she said, oh, my goodness, I was so doom and gloom at the beginning of it, wasn't I?
Fighting, I think were her words. I was fighting it. Yeah.
Yes. And, then to see her Friday night, and she's just, it's not so much that you see. Well, you see the weight loss change in their faces, but it's as you said, the smile, you know, which brings us joy, you know, because we know that. And the other thing is, you know, you said they stand a little taller, your posture changes, you know, it's like that confidence has come up from your feet, up through your spine, and your posture changes. But the one thing I want to shout out to Julie for too is Julie's actually away caravanning at the moment. And Friday morning, she joined us in the studio from her NX. So 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and you know, you could see that the blue sky behind her, and she was out there doing her workout. So good job, Julie.
Oh, Julie, if you are listening to this, we want you to run around the caravan park and see if there's anybody else who wants to join you, because bring them into your annex and let them have a workout with us. It could be the Julie's free workouts. Come join me. Julie's
that would be studio caravan.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, actually, that'd be lovely for Ian to actually take a photo of that, you know, or to video a little bit of it. That would be a little bit of a hoot as well too. Although we get to see it on our end because we're coaching her, so we do see her working out. But to have someone specifically focused on her would be great. We should message her and ask her that question to actually do that for us. We definitely should.
Yes.
I know we were also talking about Lanny. We love Lan. She's just adorable. And she was always, when we were in a physical location, she was always running in, sorry, I'm late. But she's still doing this, even in the virtual studio. But what she is doing, and I love this because I do exactly what Lan does. So she actually, she's putting dinner on before she comes into the virtual studio. And so she's popping out in the rest period, you know, adjusting things and running back again. She's got 30 seconds. So she's got this thing really well timed, hasn't she?
She has. Everyone else is having water and Lanny's adjusting her stove.
Yeah, yeah, she totally is, totally is. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't so much duck out. I sort of like have it planned so that, as soon as I'm finished, I have that cooking mostly done, and so as soon as it's finished, it basically I'm finished, and my dinner's ready for me because I've cooked it in a manner so that it's just got that gentle thing happening to it, as it needs to, which is wonderful. And I know that some of the ladies, when they're doing their evening sessions, they gotta go, gotta cook dinner. Whereas if you can take that little bit of time, like Lan is, to actually get that little bit organized, you can actually get it done whilst you're actually working out, which is just brilliant.
It is.
So shout out to you, Lan. Shout out to
Lan,
you, Lan.
absolutely.
And Lan's mum too. I
Sorry.
got to shout out to Lan's mum, because you know what? Lan's mum told her you should always sweat, and she doesn't sweat anywhere else but her workouts. So
Good on Lan's mum.
yeah, totally. Yep. You were going to say something?
There was actually not one person that I wanted to do a shout out to, but I wanted to do one to a group of people. Our 5:30 Friday FITFlexers.
Yeah.
We know what a week of workouts can be like, and it can be Monday excited, Tuesday working out, Wednesday working out, Thursday, Friday we're sort of dropping off.
Yeah.
But those 5:30 Friday FITFlexers, like, it can be hard on a Friday afternoon. You finish for the work day and all you're ready for is for the weekend. So shout out to you 5:30 FITFlexers of a Friday afternoon. Good work.
And let's take that one step further, Sal, because the thing that I've specifically noticed about the 5:30 PMers is that when we were in a physical studio, you would be lucky to have, this many people turn up.
On a Friday
Whereas
afternoon,
now, on a Friday arvo, yeah. So you'd have these massive numbers on Monday, and then, as you said, by the time you got to the end of the week, there'd be hardly anyone there. They'd all be going home for, 1 o'clock.
Yes.
And so, but in the virtual studio, there's a lot more working out, because they know that it's this instantaneous thing. They walk into a room, they do the workout, and they walk back out again. So there's no driving back and forth, so that time factor isn't there.
Yes.
So it,
and if they are running late,
that's massive.
If they are running late, with traffic or held up at work or whatever, oftentimes Kim gets held up. Kim's got a, intense job. Kim has, but she can message us. I'm on my way. I'll be in a minute.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if she's 5 minutes late. She's still getting into that studio because her studio is in her house.
Yeah. Yeah, her workout space is actually in-house. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. The other person that I was thinking about when we were talking about Lan was Robyn Hulbert from the mornings, from 6 a.m. Yes. Robyn's been working out with us for absolutely forever. Now, Robyn, who is a retired woman, is always busy because she is running they're now grown up, her grandkids, they're in that early teen, to moving out of teens into that era. And so she does a lot of running around with their sports and everything like that. And she's heavily involved in guides as well too. So she's all over this Zoom thing, she's doing bits and pieces. But what she does of a morning, so 6 a.m., she's running in and out, she's putting the washing on, she's making the bed. So she's got all these things going on as well too. So what I'm hearing here from everything we're talking about is how people are saving time by working out in their own environment, in their home, which is absolutely fantastic, isn't it?
It is. Your routine, if you're working out in a bricks and mortar type situation like we did have at the gym, They could be coming in 10, 15 minutes early, sitting
Yep.
around, standing around, natter, doing their workout, then leaving, and it could be another, 10, 15 minutes of natter. And
Yeah,
it could be
totally.
going for a coffee. Whereas now that whole routine has changed, and they're saving that time because those morning routine things, like the putting the washing on and, getting the breakfast ready and lunches or whatever, is all a part of those rest periods during the FITFlex.
Or it might not be during the rest period, but it might be, before they start, and then they can get straight back into it when they finish. So there's not this massive disruption to it. And there's this big focus on their well-being, which is what I love. And I know that we are seeing a lot more dedication to the workouts and greater results. Like we're seeing like a 25% increase in their abilities, every 4 weeks type of thing. So, and this is massive when we look back at, the exercises that we were doing to the exercises we are now doing, and what they're coping with is amazing. But that's not to say that if you have an injury or you've got aches and pains that it isn't adjusted. We do that. And so you can start at whatever level you're at. And I think that's really, really important as well too.
Yes. And going back to that morning, your morning session of the FITFlexers, Kerry, Kerry does, she looks after some littlies of a morning.
Home daycare. Yeah.
Home daycare. And so when she was in the studio, if those children were coming early, she had to miss a workout. Now she doesn't have to miss a workout.
No.
She's still getting the fit part in. There might be mornings where she can't do the flex, but she's definitely getting those 3 strength workouts in during the week as well.
Yeah, which is fabulous. Yeah, which is really, really fabulous. I do want to give a shout out to Tanya. And one of the things that happened at the end of the 28-day Fueled Up transformation was we asked the ladies for their single biggest takeaway from it. And from that, there were some fantastic words, that were given to us. And one of the things was that Tanya highlighted that when you find the tribe, then you can actually find the balance in your life, and you can focus on your well-being. When you know that you've got those other people, heading on that same pathway with you. And just the way she expressed it was absolutely brilliant. And then the other one was Sally V. She said starting was scary. Support was paramount. But knowing that you were working with authentic and surrounded by authentic women, not these plastic people, that that you can do it because you're working with real people. And I often wonder that, where people have on their websites, real people, real results. And I've always gone, are we all real? So it was always something in my mind, but we so often see things on social media where they're very staged. Is that the word you would use, Sel? Staged, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so, we glam up our hair and, we hold our poses and everything like that. And look, there's nothing wrong with that if that's, if that's the image that you want to portray and everything like that. But I know for me, if you take a look at my Facebook page, you'll see disasters of photos with me after a workout, faces like red blotches all over the place, hair on top of my head. And that's just who we are when we work out. There are some women who come into the FitFlex studio. I mean, they're glamorous. They got lipstick on. They got their hair done. It's just, yeah. And for me, it's like, oh no, I can't do it. It's just, I just find that if I had makeup on and I had those things on, that I actually really feel like my skin isn't breathing, that it's not doing what it needs to do. That's just me personally. What about you, Sel? How do you handle those types of things? Are you a makeup? Do you put your makeup on to go to workouts?
No, not for my workouts. But the thing is, for myself personally, if I'm not red and sweaty, I don't feel I've worked out.
Yeah.
And that doesn't matter what I'm doing, whether it's strength training or whether it's cardio, even, stretching in yoga. You want to make it count. Because you can do some stretching and so you can do some yoga where you're sweating. And I just love that feeling of sweat. I don't know why, but it means that I've worked hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a proud moment. It's only one workout, but you should still be proud of it because you've put the effort in.
Yeah, that is for sure. Yeah. And it always comes down to consistency, though, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Just get up every day and do what you got to do. And it shouldn't be, and once again, last week we were talking about those negative thoughts. It shouldn't be do what you've got to do. Do what you want to do. You're enjoying it.
Yeah. And the other thing is that we spoke about, because we did talk about the excuses or the reasons that we actually stop ourselves from starting. And one of the things that's, I think, really, really important is to not judge something by its cover as well too. So if you're someone who's never strength trained ever in your life, and we all know that strength training has so many benefits for us. Well, maybe we don't know. So maybe we'll talk about that next week. So, drop in and take a listen to our lives next week. So strength training is so important to us as we're aging. We want those strong muscles. We want those strong bones that we may have never strength trained, but we're scared to give it a go, or we go, it's not for me. Whereas, so we're judging that book by its cover. Whereas if you just took that step to try it, you might actually find that you like it. And if I was to equate this to a situation that happened during the 28-day transformation as well too, is that we had one of our smoothies, and one of the ladies said that she had a different smoothie, and I said, okay, so here's the difference. That smoothie was high sugar content, blah, 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 and this one is low sugar fruit. What it's also done is we've got more vegetables in it. So, and there's a significant difference in these. I would, really, really, say to you, try it the next time it comes up on your plan. And she did. And she went, oh my goodness, this has just become a new favorite. I'm adding it into my faves because it had that, even though you looked at the recipe and you thought, I don't really like all those things individually, or there were one or two things that you might not like when you looked at it, but when you tasted it, it was like, oh, this is pretty tropical. This is really delicious. And so the same thing can apply to exercise as well too, Sal?
we have this
Do you agree with that?
notion. Well, I think we have a preconceived notion of what strength training is. You know, it's the ripped muscles in the gym lifting, 150 kilo weights, and that's not what strength training is about. It's body weight exercises, it's resistance bands, dumbbells, barbells, those sort of things. So I think, take the first step without your preconceived notions of what it is. And I think sometimes women go, but I don't want to be muscly like a man. That's not going to happen because we just don't have the hormones to do that. So if you do want to be muscly, you can work on that as well, but we don't have the hormones to have those ripped abs and muscles everywhere. So I think sometimes we do have that preconceived notion.
It's very, very true. And I think one of the other reasons that, so in that instance, we're judging it or we're not stepping out of our comfort zone. Another reason that might happen is that we've got some type of injury or some type of ache or pain. And so therefore we again have this misconception that we can't strength train because we've got those aches and pains as well too.
Yeah.
And that then stops us from getting outside of it.
And the truth of the matter is that strength training can help those aches and pains.
Oh, it totally can. I mean, when I first started working out, I'd never stepped foot inside a gym ever. Yeah. Just walked past and went, "Ooh, that's pretty scary stuff. I don't need that." Yeah. But when I did step in, when I stepped inside the door, I got a 20-something talking to me, and I'm thinking, I'm in early menopause, and I don't know. I'm not talking about that to you because you don't understand it. So again, I prejudged that person, thinking that they mightn't understand. Well, the truth was that they didn't understand, so they sent somebody else over to talk to me. But that was okay. But it did start me on something that was new, and I found that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that I felt strong. And I'd never actually felt like that. I'd always felt weak. I'd always felt feeble. And had I have not started strength training, that's probably how I would have ended up, like the little old lady who's very feeble. I certainly don't want that for any woman who's aging, and I know you don't either. So yeah, ladies, if you've never tried strength training, we've got 2 weeks free happening on the 19th, and I put a link up so you can come and join us. Don't be scared. So what's actually included in that is we're going to do a 15-minute consult with you. So that's all included. So you get to explore, how you're feeling, and, we can answer your questions before you actually get started as well too. So yeah, jump on the link and just give it a go, because you never know. You might be like me. You might discover that you actually like feeling strong, and you might actually discover that you like doing it as well too.
Yes, you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah. And you do not have anything to lose. Yeah, totally. So any final thoughts from you, Sel?
Going back to that strength training with the, feeling strong.
Yeah.
It can be that very first workout that you do that you feel strong. It's not about being, 4, 8, 12 weeks down the track and that's when you're going to feel strong.
No.
It's every single exercise that you'll feel strong because you know that you've put the effort in. And you're doing something amazing for your body.
Yeah, I know for me, when I finished my workout, I realized it was this, huge realization about how weak I was, in when I started. And it was like, well, I've got through that workout and I've lifted, you know, these weights. And that's a good thing. So now I feel strong. So I was feeling weak, and I then, even though I wasn't, you know, as strong as other people that was there, it didn't matter, because it was about me and I focused on me. And I think that's a really, really important place to start with, ladies, that it is about focusing on you and how you want to feel, not anybody else.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me today, Sol.
Thank you for having me, as always. Happy Sundays, people. Happy Sunday.
Yes, happy Sunday, ladies. We shall, if you haven't got out into the fresh air yet, we would say go ahead, get out there, enjoy the great outdoors. It's just amazing weather that we're having. No matter where you are in the world, you know, the nature is to behold and to really embrace, because I think it really gives us that level of calmness as well too. So, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, that's it for us for another Sunday. Happy week, everybody. Enjoy your Mondays. See you, Sel.
Bye. Have a great week.
Use the other hand, Peter. See ya. See you, ladies. Bye.